When I was asked to come to the edge of Morocco on the Sahara Desert to drive the first new generation Volkswagen Touareg in 10 years, I didn't really expect this. As a kid, I didn't even like being on the top of a Ferris wheel, and the only backstory I managed to fill was watching a 1994 episode of Absolutely Fabulous. And right now, I'm frigging terrified.
That AbFab episode in question, an hilarious comedy piss take of two English fashionistas in Morocco, merely demonstrated just how inappropriate their behaviour actually was. What it didn't do was prepare me for driving up, then standing on, a pile of sand 60 stories high. Morocco isn't for the faint-hearted. The reason why we're here is to fully test the new generation Volkswagen Touareg in the country that spawned it. Not the mechanicals, but the name, inspired by a nomadic Berber tribe from the Sahara region bordering Morocco and Algeria. Our journey begins in the bustling town of Marrakesh and spans 4 days. Firstly on a magnificent road drive to a desert camp near the Algerian border, then over sand hills, down dirt roads and through riverbeds via some of the most spectacular scenery on earth. It's a 1,300 kilometre round trip the Volkswagen's new gen range topper takes in its stride.
Being a car straight from the factory designed to showcase what the new generation Touareg can do, this car is loaded with every dynamic thing you can add. That includes active anti-roll bars, adaptive air suspension and crucially four-wheel steering. Now this car's lost quite a lot of weight since, well, the old car, which had also lost quite a lot of weight compared to the Porker. That was the first one. And there's something really engaging about the way this big SUV turns into corners. It's actually fun to drive. Now we've been driving for most of the time in comfort mode because we're in Morocco and, well, most of the roads are crap. But we're also on really knobbly 18-inch tyres to be able to do the off-roading that we've done, and this car just lopes along. It eats it up. At 100 k's an hour, this 210 kilowatt 3-litre turbo diesel V6 is ticking over at 1350 revs in 8th gear, and it does it effortlessly. It also has been averaging about 8 to 9 litres per 100 k's, and that's really impressive for a car that is a 2-tonne Tessie. Absolutely. Yet when you put it in sport mode and hammer up and down the mountain pass that we're on now on a road much smoother than Australia, which is kind of embarrassing when you realise you're in Morocco, it's hugely entertaining. Hopefully the 310 kilowatt V8 version makes it to Australia because that's what this car deserves. It deserves to have a throbby, buxom V8. Great as this V6 is, a V8 is what would make this car.
The 2019 Touareg shares its MLB platform and some mechanicals with several closely related SUVs wearing more exalted badges. The Audi Q7, Porsche Cayenne, Bentley Bentayga and Lamborghini Urus are this Volksy's blood brothers, though the Touareg is most closely aligned to the Cayenne in terms of size and wheelbase, and the Q7 in its stonking turbo diesel powertrain. Like those DNA relatives, the Touareg is available with height adjustable air suspension, and it's this feature, along with several different modes including sand and gravel, that continue the Touareg's deserved reputation as a jack-of-all-trades SUV. Refined and handsome, yet also rugged and rewarding, it manages to blend German luxe with go-anywhere Moroccan spirit. This big chunk of pretty doesn't mind getting dirty. With every option ticked, it's also packed with tech. But our R-Line package Touaregs get Matrix LED headlights, perforated leather upholstery, a full-length glass sunroof, a cranking 730-watt 14-speaker Dynaudio stereo, and a huge Innovision cockpit that fills the instrument binnacle with an active info display and blends that seamlessly into a television-sized 15-inch tablet spanning the entire driver-focused centre console. And the new Gen Touareg complements all this gear with a proper premium driving experience.
It doesn't take much mileage in the new Touareg to realise that this is one of the best cars that Volkswagen makes. It is so persuasive in its combination of quality and dynamism and refinement. It is super quiet, and on the road it's really handsome. You might think it looks derivative at first, but it's not at all. And it has some punch. When the third generation Volkswagen Touareg goes on sale in Australia next May, we will get one variant to begin with, a launch edition with a 190 kilowatt Euro 5 compliant version of the 3 litre turbo diesel V6. But further down the track, by the end of the year, there'll be a 170 kilowatt and a 210 kilowatt version, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the 310 kilowatt turbo diesel V8. We've been waiting since 2013 for Volkswagen to have a follow-up as polished and as refined and as altogether bloody great as a Mark 7 Golf. And I reckon that this is the car to do it, the third gen Touareg. It's not the Passat, it's not the Polo, it's not any of those other cars, it's this. It has this essence of expense. When you drive it and you feel it and you hear what it doesn't make, which is noise, road noise and otherwise, and you look at it, this interior, this amazing screen, the dashboard, the options that you can add to it, the colour combinations, the wheel configuration, you name it. This car is one of my favourite Volkswagens.
We won't see the new generation Touareg until May 2019, complete with a special launch edition model featuring some visual toughening and tech extras as standard. And the rest of the lineup won't come on stream until later in the year. But judging by our first taste, this is a super suave SUV well worth the wait.